I guess to avoid being the same product that's already out there, the idea was, how can I make a better snack? What does that mean? What does that look like? What do I want it to look like? What does that taste like? What will that smell like? And then one idea became another, and that one moment became another moment of, wow, this is really cool. Could I make it better? Oh, that's really nice. What can I do to keep it this chewy, but make it, but not too hard, not too soft, and it went from one to another of flavor, of smell, of taste. Sometimes it was too much spice, and it's always evolving and it's always changing. And then eventually being okay with, okay, I feel good with selling this experience of this flavor, whether it's pineapple or mango. And I love hearing from people's different opinions, because at the end of the day, when they pay you, when they say thank you, this is amazing, that in itself is worth every minute that I spent creating this. My name is Juan Morales. I'm the founder of Naughty Fruit, and this is our pitch for the Trailmix pitch competition. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm very excited, a little nervous, but more than nothing, super excited. Just happy to be here. My name is Juan Morales, and before we get into Naughty Fruit, why technically we're here, let me tell you a little bit about myself so you have an idea as to why Naughty Fruit, in a sense. There's about 6 items there: family, community, nutrition, growth, legacy, and love. And a couple weeks ago, I was able to analyze myself, the business, and I was reminded of a couple things. I took a semester of business abroad in Lyon, France. It's known for one of the best places for food in France, in Europe. Depends who you ask. My tradition is I am traditionally from Mexico, first generation Boise State alumni. First to do a lot of things in my family. First to go to France and go to school. And so I took a semester in France to go to school. And I love to eat. We all love to eat. And what I got most out of that experience was not only our Latinos, also very family oriented, but the French also like to share experiences and life around food, wine, fromage, bread, cheese. And it reminded me that the intent into why they do what they do with the cheese and the food and the drinks and wine was always an intent of love, passion. And so at times it's not so much as to how complex the items are. It's more of, it was made with love, made with attention, made to unite communities, made to gather, and made with love. And so I came home, went to school, I finished school, and then that stuck in my head for a while. A couple years later, in front of you, there's a photograph of my family. A couple siblings are missing there, but it's my father, my mother, my sister, my brother right there. And we run a small company called Morales Homemade. We sell tamales. And of course, we also sell fruit cups. As you can see in my mom's hand, that's mango cups. And so I still got stuck with, like, what can I do? Because my parents do the tamales and my siblings help out. But it's like, what can I do that could be my creation that I can share with the world? A little bit of my family. How can I unite community? How can I create something that's nutrient dense? How can I grow it? What can I be proud of when I create something? And then it can outlast me. And then, of course, it's got to be made with love. So Naughty Fruit became a thing. And along the way, it's part of who I am. All this embodies me into a bag of dry fruit. Well, the dry fruit. So let's get started with Naughty Fruit. There's a couple issues, I guess, in the world of dry fruit where we're all used to the whole trail mix stuff, not considering the program, but the actual trail mix brands and pumped up sugar that they add, for longevity. It's been quite a few years that anybody has ever made anything more than what it is. Either it's simple, okay with flavor, or it's very, very chocked up with sugar. It's super sweet, not the most palatable. So I figured, I'm like, well, why don't I make something that's new, that's not sugared up, that's maybe nutrient dense, that's healthy, that's tasty, and that's easy to go. So this is what I created, Naughty Fruit. It's the dehydrated spiced fruit snack. We have 4 flavors: pineapple, mango, apple, and mix. And our important process, along with obviously the dry fruit, is making sure that it's local. We use, and you guys are probably trying it right now, we use local apples. I'm holding a bunch of pears right there from Sim Farms, which we use with in Marsing there. Obviously, we don't grow mangoes in this area or pineapple, so we use what we can that's local. Part of the community is be involved with community, support community, process products community, and of course, the freshness is a big deal. The next process that makes it special is the cutting. The cutting and the dehydrating are cut a certain way for certain experience. They're dried a certain way. I think a lot of you guys have heard what's considered as raw. And so in our world, we like to do it at a low temperature. The raw concept is like from 105 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. It depends who you ask. But that area allows you to be able to dehydrate in where enzymes don't get cooked up and where it still becomes nutrient. And so that's part of the process that allows naughty fruit to be unique and tasty and delicious. The next aspect, where you guys mentioned, obviously quality is important. It's important to us as well. We use all natural fruits. This is where simple is best. Keep it simple, keep it delicious. We try our best to acquire the fruit at a fresh intersection and then process it at the best process that we can, which is fresh right off the vine or technically off the tree for apples and pears. And we get, like I said, some of our fruits from Central and South America. Apples, mango, pineapples, and bananas. And so fresh is important, all natural, keep it simple. Our spice blend is where we add 3 ingredients. Well, the fruit's the 4th, I guess, but yeah, we add 3 ingredients. So it's like salt, chili powder, and lemon. What kind, how many? That's a great question. Proprietary spice blend, so we can tell you that one. But we make it subtle, we make it flavorful, we make it simple. And then the last part of the process of naughty fruit is the packaging. So I live in Teton Valley, Idaho, which is like Yellowstone National Park, the Tetons, and it's beautiful. That's my backyard. And so I said, how can I help the ambient? Because the more we consume, the more we waste. Then it goes to landfills and it becomes an issue. So as soon as I could, I started to identify packaging, and biodegradable was something that we're not going to change. We want to do it biodegradable. And obviously, as we grow, we will look into compostable and so on and so forth. But that's important to us. So our packages are biodegradable as well. A little bit of the market, the U.S. market. I was able to Google this. It's not rocket science. Right now, I guess technically 2020, the market was valued in the USA. The market was valued at 10.4 billion, and the growth is at 5.35. So there's percentage. So there's money to be made. Obviously, it's not gonna stop. Fruit's gonna continue to be consumed. At Naughty Fruit, a couple numbers that we had for you guys, and again, this is part-time. I've been doing Naughty Fruit part-time. In 2019, we did a little bit under $25,000 in sales, and this is throughout the year, in peaks and valleys, depending. Because again, our market is in Jackson, Wyoming. Our market is small towns. Our market is skiers and people that are outdoors out there. Lowest hanging fruit, pretty much try to keep it local just so I can create momentum. For 2020, it was $49,000, so a little under $50,000. And right now, and again, this is obviously COVID affected us a little bit, but we readjusted, we organized ourselves, and then we grind, we hustled. And then 2021, we're projecting 85,000 plus. Again, it's still technically part-time because my other job is doing the roast tamales, the Morales homemade, the hot foods and the catering that I do with my family. So there's money to be made. We're making money. It's working out. This here is some of the brands that are out there already. Well, Naughty Fruit's out there, but we're not that big yet. But we have Dang, we have Ryan, and we have Bear. A lot of these are products already that exist. They're a little bit similar to us, different to us. Some of the companies are doing veggies. Obviously, the trends change, and people want healthier. People want less sugar, no sugar. Ryan does a good job where they dry it with the skin on, which is a little bit different, unorthodox, but it's working. People are purchasing. They want healthy options. On the far right is my Naughty Fruit with different options, and on the bottom left, I guess bottom right is the Strawberry Heart. So we do strawberries as well. But again, something comparable that we're not a multi-million-dollar company yet, as Ryan is or Pear or Dang, but we can be. So here we go. This is a couple comparables from weight per ounce per bag, the price point for our bags, and then obviously shipping. The average units, I guess, ounces is from 3 to 3.5. Bear's at 2.7 ounces, and then underneath there we have the price per ounce. I am a little bit on the higher end, but again, what I was reminded the other day is, well, I don't just do fruit. I do quality fruit. I have a clientele that is willing to pay for quality stuff with nutrient dense, well, products, and so we're okay with that. Obviously, we're flexible with all of this to be able to grow and expand. We understand that being able to get into different markets, we have to lower prices and so on and so forth. But again, we're flexible. Price point's a little bit different. Like I said, I'm a little higher. And then shipping from one bag at $1.75 to 6 bags, $6.95. We eat a little bit of the shipping because we want to get people to try them. We want to get them. We want you to try naughty fruit and put it in your mouth and see what I mean when I'm saying like delicious, unique, tasty, all that stuff. Because once you try it, you're kind of hooked. So again, Bear has free shipping with Amazon. Ryan does. They think you get like a discount after $20. I think it's free shipping after $20, and Dang is at about $5. A couple things to consider. Here is on the right side. I'm assuming it's like mirrored. So on the right side, you have all of our places where we sell and resell. We're currently working with QFD, which is a distributor in Montana. They picked us up about a year and some change ago. So we've been working with them. They've been fantastic. Whole Foods also in Jackson, Wyoming. They're one of our clients. Again, we love working with local businesses. The rest of a lot of them are resort town. I mean, it's a resort town where I live. So Targhee is a resort area. Jackson Hole Ski Resort, the Village, there are resort areas. And a lot of these, like I said, we create a niche item, a new item that will be able to take care of a lot of issues and then increase, have value in when you consume it. So a lot of these are very specific clients. The square footage that we have right now in our shop is 650 square feet. We're using 40% of that for naughty fruit, including the storage. The other 60% of that space is used for catering for the my family business, which again is Riley's Homemade. But again, we're ready to scale up. Everybody's on board. And then before I forget, my clients, the people that we're trying to make this for, the naughty fruit, is myself. I'm Latino. I'm considered Latinx. Generations growing up here, backgrounds in spices. The Gen X, the Gen Z, the Americans that are growing here with culture, with variety, with diversity, with spice. Those are the people that I'm going for. Obviously, simple ingredients, health conscious, clean eating, and obviously no added sugar. And so I believe my next one is, why don't you guys let me know? And I would love to eat naughty fruit with you guys together. And this picture is obviously one of your shelves here at the Broadway store. And the one thing that's missing is something local. There's a lot of companies there, but I would love to work with you guys. And that's me. Thanks for your time, guys. Any questions?
Thank you. That was a great presentation. And frankly, I really like your product. One of the things that's always steered me away from dehydrated is what you mentioned earlier, how extremely sweet it tends to be. And I think that your spice, I'm not sure what is, but whatever the spices you put on it is a really nicely counteracts that sweetness. And it's really quite good. Of your competitors, I'm not very familiar with them. Are any of them doing something like that with the spice?
I believe Bear is doing apple chips, and I believe they add the traditional cinnamon and whatnot. They dehydrate, but they also bake. But it's more of a chip concept. I guess who here hasn't had chips with cinnamon and sugar on them, or apple chips and stuff. So they're doing that as well.
Could you tell us a little bit about your margin and percentage? You are one of the higher priced products, but what roughly what is your margins?
So at the moment, right now, in the last, I've started to buy bulk. As you saw, like I started to buy a pallet worth and so on and so forth. So the last time my margins were about 72%, which is nice. I haven't done a full throttle study on the breakdown of what my apple costs now, as opposed to my apple. I'm buying apples by the bin here at Sims, which significantly reduces my price. And that, like I said, I had to sit down and go over that just to get specifics. A lot of this was done in the last 2.5 weeks presentation. So I've been just trying to focus on, one, getting product done, for my clients, and two, getting this presentation done. But I'd be happy to sit down with my accountants and break it down specifically, because I would like to know as well.
Yeah, but it sounds like you have some flexibility there if you had to mess with the price point. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Of course, thank you. You can always go. It's easier to go down in price than to go up, from what I keep hearing. So we're flexible. We're very flexible. So all of it, we're doing it. So
Juan, great presentation.
thank you.
I opened the mango,
It's my favorite.
and I gotta say that when I opened it and took the smell, just like a fresh cup of mango sliced
Yeah.
with the tahini, with the little powder, right?
Yeah.
Great job, great taste. Packaging is also very attractive.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
So great job with that. Do you plan to? I see you have like mixed fruit, mango, pineapple. How many different variations do you have altogether?
Sure.
What are,
Sure. At the moment, we created 4 because Brolums was asking us for 4. QFD, everybody was asking us for 4, and like I said, I'm learning as I'm going, and I said, okay, I'll buy what I can, and we'll build. The initial was 2 or 3 flavors. I didn't know that people wanted more, so I started with 4. I would love to add a banana one. Banana seems to be surprisingly popular, and it's a really good margin, and that's our foundation. What I'm trying to do as well is, once we get settled and we have a foundation of these flavors, I've been working on what we call super naughty fruit, where we consider adding super spices, turmeric, sage, cinnamon, and increasing obviously nutrients to a snack. Because how many kids love taking those little pills that we give them? It's not fun. But when you add a little bit of cinnamon or a little bit of turmeric to pineapple, you're giving them extra nutrients. And so we're trying to do the super naughty fruit, and then at some point, if we have to, we'd be happy to do what we call naked naughty fruits, where it's just bare, where it's just like traditional, just again to create options, because not everybody wants to have a little bit of spice or even a little bit of seasoning on their fruit, but we gotta give them options. So I've been developing flavors here and there for the last few years. Still part-time, but I'm ready. I'm ready to do full-time, and I'm making those changes as the year ends, and then next year begins. So
this is Caitlin. So my question is, if you were to be an Albertsons in, let's say, 30 stores, would you be able to supply those? And if so, how soon?
Sure. Well, the answer is yes. I would obviously sit down with you and go over numbers, quantity. It would be a couple months, but there's a lot of details that need to be covered. We would love to. We would love to work with you guys. The concept of this was not only to give me some perspective, but also to plan forward. We are already, like I said, we broke down the space that we have. It's not even a half. And I've already been talking to my family about my other business that we need to focus on what's successful. And right now it's Naughty Fruit, and we would happily push forward and expand. But yeah, I would say several months, to be precise. But again, I would love to get some feedback from numbers and quantity and so on and so forth. And that comes from you guys.
Thank you, Juan. Great job. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.